Hello, it's Rebecca and today is another book review day, and this is my 8th book that I've been reading for the 2016 BookaShelf Reading Challenge. I will put a link down below in the description box to explain what the challenge is about, but it's basically to read 26 books over the year, with each book coming from a different category, and each category is alphabetised. So this time I've been reading a book for the category of S, a sci-fi novel. So I have been reading Acceptance by VanderMeer. Now this is the 3rd book of a trilogy, and I read the first 2 last year as part of last year's reading challenge, which was to read a trilogy, but I only managed to read the first 2 books. So I thought, as I wanted to read the 3rd one and I needed to read a sci-fi book, there we go, from the library in the sci-fi category, I thought I would read this one. So I will read you the blurb and talk to you about the book. The Southern Reach has been lost. With no choice but to trust each other, Control and Ghostbird have formed an uneasy alliance and crossed over the border. One purpose binds them, to finally uncover the true nature of Area X. In the same place, and yet a world away, the lighthouse keeper Saul Evans protects the lens. For Saul, the forgotten coast was a safe harbour, an escape from his preaching past. But something long buried is resurfacing, and Saul's guardianship augurs a dangerous and inexorable change. In the conclusion to the strange, luminous Southern Reach trilogy, we press deeper into the unknown to arrive at a new understanding of what gives us our humanity. As the brightness consumes all that lies in its path, those who remain must choose whether to resist or accept a fate nearly beyond comprehension. Area X may at last reveal its terrible secrets, but the consequences will be as profound as they are terrifying. Ugh. I struggled with this. I really, really struggled with this. I've been reading this book for well over a month, and I've cut it up with reading other bits and pieces in between because this was tough. The first book in this trilogy, Annihilation, was amazing. I will link you down below to my first 2 reviews of the first 2 books in this series. But Annihilation was quick, fast-paced, catchy, gripping, asked so many questions that you wanted answers to. And as I've said so many times before, I rarely read series of books because I struggle after the first one. I struggled with the second one, Authority. It didn't answer any of the questions I had from the first book. It was a lot more difficult to read. There were more characters than I think were necessary. And I was really, really hoping that it would be an uncomfortable bridge between book 1 and book 3. It was necessary to kind of lead us into book 3. And I got to book 3, and to be honest, I'm not really going to be able to tell you much of the story because I just really, really struggled. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like how it was written. The first book was written in the first person from the point of view of the biologist. And if you've watched my other videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then the second book was written in 3rd person from the point of Control, who was a completely different character. This book is written in 1st, 2nd and 3rd person narratives from the point of view of many different characters in many different places in many different times. And it jumped across so many different things that I found it very difficult to keep up. And to be honest, the only chapters that I fully paid attention to were the ones about the biologist, which is the character that we meet in the first book. And even then, I still didn't feel that I was given the information that I'd been looking for. What is the purpose of this Area X? Why is it here? What has happened that was so awful that it needed to be explored? Or what happened that resulted in all of this? Now, I do apologise if the answers are given in this book. I just couldn't find them. And like I say, I didn't enjoy it and I really, really struggled with it. And it's not even a book that I think I would go back to and try to read again. Like I say, the first one, I was gripped and it kept my attention the whole time. But this one and the second one, I'm sorry, I can't really give a review on the story because there was just too much and I didn't get it. And if anyone would be willing to leave me a little message down below explaining what this was about, I would be more than happy, because I want to know. I want to know what this Area X is. I want to know why people are going there. I want to know why so few come back. But I'm sad to say this book didn't give me any answers, so I do apologise for this review, which isn't really a review. But yeah, I read it, but I didn't get it. So I'm sorry. There's not much more I can say. So if you'd like to hear any of my other book reviews, which I promise are a lot better than this one, because I tend to either enjoy the book or not enjoy the book, but at least I know what's going on, and this one just confused me too much that my brain couldn't take it in. I'm not a big sci-fi fan, to be honest. I watch a little bit of sci-fi on telly, but reading sci-fi books just isn't my normal thing, so again, I apologise. But if you would like to hear any of my other book reviews, then please subscribe to my channel. I put new videos out every time I've read a book. I occasionally give writing advice, talk about writing bits and pieces, bookish thingamy-doobries, whatever to do with books, reading, writing. So if you're interested in those things, please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.